What's up YouTube, this is Ludwig. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about writing a budget for beginners in 5 easy steps. Now this video is part of a series of videos on how to get out of debt, how to build an emergency fund, savings, and to achieve our financial goals. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep up with all my latest videos on finances, building wealth, and getting out of debt. Now don't forget to watch all the way until the end because not only am I going to help you to write a budget, I'm going to show you how to maximize that budget so that you can achieve your financial goals much faster than you would have otherwise. Now, the first step of writing a budget is writing out all of your incomes. For most people, you have one job, you have one paycheck. And most people get paid bi-weekly. So an easy thing to do is to multiply that bi-weekly paycheck times 2. And if you get paid every week, then multiply that by 4. And that'll give you your income for the month. But if you also have side hustles or side businesses that also bring in income, make sure to add those in as well. So for step 2, we're going to list our expenses. Now, expenses are like rent, utilities, phone bills, gas, auto insurance, a car payment, and anything else that causes money to come out of your pocket. Make sure to list that in your budget. Now, to make it simple, I've created a little infographic on the side here that's going to show you typical expenses for most people throughout the month. Now, in step 3, we're going to list variable expenses. Now, these expenses are not fixed. So month to month, these might change, like our utilities, the amount of gas that we spend, food. It's okay to not know exactly what that is because from month to month, that's going to change. But what we're going to do is we're going to take an average and go with that. So we're going to take an average of those expenses that usually change, and we're going to add those into the expenses as well. Now in step 4, what we're going to do is take our income, we're going to subtract our expenses, and we're going to see the amount of money that's left over from that. And that is our cash flow. And our cash flow is the single most important tool in our financial journey. Now, the cash flow is what I'm going to use to achieve my financial goals. So let's say my cash flow is about $500 a month, and I have a credit card that I want to pay off that is $3,000. Now, if my cash flow is $500 a month, that means I can apply that $500 a month towards that credit card bill. So if we do the math really quickly, it'll take me roughly 6 months to pay off that credit card bill. But wait, if we look at that equation, your income minus your expenses equals cash flow, there's 2 ways to make the cash flow bigger. And that is either by increasing your income or decreasing your expenses. So let's say in addition to your job, you decided to start doing Uber Eats, or you started doing some lawn care, you started doing some DoorDash or some delivering pizzas or whatever. You just find little ways here and there to increase that income. So now we're going to take that income and we're going to add that up into our income column. Now we can do the same thing for our expenses, which I find to be the most effective way to increase my cash flow. See, it might be hard for me to get a new job or to pick up overtime and make more money, but I directly control what money comes out of my pocket, because most of the time, the money that's coming out of my pocket, or almost every time, is a decision. So I can make a decision to cut back wherever I can. Now, places I can cut back is in my rent, the amount of food that I eat, whether I choose to eat out or not, focusing more on packing food from home, cutting back on spending like shopping, maybe cutting off subscription services that I don't need. So let's say I have cable and internet package, and that costs me $150, $200 a month. I can decide to cut the cable since there's much cheaper services anyway, and I can just cut down to the internet and then maybe get like a Netflix or a Hulu subscription, which is a lot cheaper than having cable. Now, if I decide that I'm going to pick up an extra little income somewhere through like Uber Eats or DoorDash or some other service, and I decide to cut back on my expenses, like cutting back on my rent, let's say I get a roommate or I rent out an extra room that I might have, or I cut back on my eating out, I cut back on my grocery bills, I cut back on my internet and cable spending, I cut back in any little area that I can, we can quickly open up that cash flow. So in the example I have here, I could shift my cash flow from $500 to about $2,000 by increasing my income by just a bit and cutting down my expenses by a lot. Now, by going from $500 to $2,000 for my cash flow, I can pay off that same credit card, let's say it was $3,000, in 6 weeks instead of 6 months. Now that's the power of two things. By one, having the budget and knowing exactly how much money I have coming in and how much money I have coming out. And two, seeing how crushing those expenses and increasing that income directly impacts the speed at which I can achieve my financial goals. That's a pretty powerful thing. And that's something that anybody can do. Anybody can sit down with a piece of paper, write down their expenses, write down their income, calculate their cash flow, and make a clear, decisive goal on what it is that they want to do next with their money. Whether that I would highly recommend is having at least a small emergency fund to start off your financial journey, then tackling paying off any debts that you have. From there, build a large emergency fund and start investing so that your money can start working for you, so your money can grow over time, so that you can build wealth even though you may not be actively working for it. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. It's been Thanks so much, guys, for watching. It really makes me happy to be able to help other people out with their finances and share all the things that I learned upon my debt-free and my financial journey. Now, if you enjoyed that, please smash the like button and subscribe. I want to give you guys high quality, high information content and deliver that regularly. I plan to post at least once a week. And again, this is part of a series on how to get out of debt and how to achieve your financial goals faster. So subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notifications as soon as I drop new content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.